Hey, all thingers! Welcome to another episode of All Things with Jules and B.
Yay!
Yoo-hoo! So we're gonna have just kind of like a random episode today. It's like a just chatting sort of episode.
Just chatting with us
Yeah.
about all things.
Yeah, about all things. I have like a little smorgasbord of things to talk about. She has like some things to talk about. I figured we could just kind of start off by talking about just our week a little bit and how things have been going, because I don't know, it's not always that we get super personal on here or anything, so it's nice to connect with people that way. I don't know if you want to go first, or if you want me to just talk about... I don't really have too much to share, other than I'm just obsessed with like certain things right now.
Listen, the amount of times that people have sent me that stupid TikTok video of some scientist hooking up two people to like... The scientists give them a name or a word, and then...
Oh, like a telepathic type of thing, or what?
It's for dreaming,
Okay.
obviously. And then the one person gives the word to the... in the dream space, gives them the word, and then the other person receives the word, and then when they both wake up, they're like, you told me the word was blah, blah, blah.
Oh, cool.
It's cool, but
Yeah.
It infuriates me.
Why? Because you got it so many times and you're like sick of getting it? Oh.
Yes,
Oh.
for that reason, but I saw it.
Like a long time ago.
I saw it a little while ago, not
Okay.
a long time ago, but like a little while ago. But I'm like, we already do this. Like, why do we have to like set electrodes on ourselves? We just
To
do
prove
this
it.
naturally.
To prove it. It's to prove it.
Like, they just want to harvest all of you.
Well, honest, they actually do. They want to
Like, can't we just have our dreams to ourselves? Like, now you need to tap into that consciousness too. So, like, that irritated me all week long. In fact, somebody sent it to me this morning.
Oh my god.
And so I was like...
You should just, like, block the video so when it gets sent to you, like, you just can't even see it. You're like, oh, I
And I
that.
have to be nice about it and respond like, oh, that's kind of neat, but we
Yeah.
already do this.
Yeah.
You just have to tap in.
You're not telling me anything I don't know, I guess.
And then I feel like an asshole.
I know, yeah. But you can't say anything about it. You can't be like...
No.
Yeah.
And
Especially
even,
when it's, like, multiple different people.
I'm like, it's called co-dreaming. Look it up.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had that, like, a couple different times. Well, you and I did that a couple times, and then, yeah, I've had that. I like that. I like when that happens. I think it's really...
Especially
cool.
when you set the intention to be like, hey,
Yeah.
we're dreaming together. Let's go. And then it's, like, wild.
Yeah.
I did it for, like, a whole year with somebody. And it was the coolest experience because she would get one half of the dream and I would get the other half. And she was more like a logical person and I'm a more symbolic person. So she would always have the logical half and I would always have the symbolic half. And together it would make like a whole thing.
Yeah.
Like a whole whatever. And I always thought that was cool.
That is actually really cool.
So when people are sending me, please let me hook up your brain so scientists can suck your brain out.
I don't think I would, like, let that be done. Just because, like,
No.
I don't know. Just the same with, like, people doing, like, the DNA testing to see, like, where they come from and stuff like that. I don't think you should be just, like, willingly handing out your DNA. I don't think that's, like, a smart thing.
When
Honestly.
everybody was like, oh,
Not
do
into
you want to do 23andMe? And I'm like, why
Fuck
would I
no.
volunteer the government
Absolutely.
to have my saliva? They already have my umbilical
Yeah.
cord. Why do they need the rest? What more
No,
do they
thank
need?
you.
And then...
Just to basically tell you what you already know anyway. 90% of the time.
Like, nobody wants to go back and do the work of, like, all of your records, which I was very fortunate enough to have, like, both my maternal and paternal grandparents both did all that work.
Okay.
So, like, we have paper copies of how far back we
Like
go.
family tree-based things, yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I
So-
think I actually do, too, on my mom's side. I think they were, like, pretty... There's, like, a book, like, of, like,
Yeah.
generations and
And it's
stuff
cool.
like that. Yeah.
And now you're learning that the owner of 23andMe is, like...
Involved in that whole shit.
The
They
whole
all
scam!
are, though. Like, they all
The
are.
whole scam, they're like, no, you can't actually have...
I did see that, honestly. I saw him and his wife or whatever, and they're just like, ugh, harvesting
And then I'm
shit.
like, that's why you can't have my spit, people.
Not getting any of my shit. Like, when everybody's, like, doing that, like, when it first came out, they're like, oh, this is so cool. And I get it for, like, people that maybe, like, you know, were adopted, or they just don't really know where they come from and stuff like that. Like, maybe, like, I could see why they'd be turned on by it, but at the same time, like, it's just not, like, I don't think it's a smart idea. I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think you should be, like, willingly giving your DNA to the people who don't give a fuck about us and are just, like, using us for things daily
Like,
anyway.
where in your body were you not like, ooh, that
This seems
could
a little
be
sus. Yeah, something seems a little weird about that.
And literally everyone
not.
I know has done it everyone is like,
Oh.
everyone I know is like, yeah, I've gotten my 23andMe, and I'm like, why? Why would you do that? No.
I mean, good for you, I guess, but no thanks.
And
no thanks over here.
And even when they do the thing, the genealogy, like, it's not 100% accurate. It just tells you, like, it doesn't tell you where you came from. Like, in mine,
No, yeah.
you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
like, we can trace our family roots to, you know, Onslow, Norway, and then little subsidiaries of Norway. Like, that's how, on paper, you can see that.
Right.
But the 23andMe is just like, you're part Norse.
Yeah.
You're part Norwegian, and
You're
maybe
like 42%
some Irish.
Norse. You're
And
16% Irish.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I'm good.
yeah. Thanks.
That's not for me.
Yeah. I feel like I thought this was just something I was going through, because like last week we were talking about, well, not last week, whenever we put out that episode, we were talking about like relationships and stuff, and we were talking a lot about like things that we had grown through. And I feel like just recently, like I feel like the universe is really like in this space right now, like they were listening to us and they're like, we're gonna test that little theory out. She's not gonna deal with that anymore? Okay, let's test this out. So I also feel like it's happening to other people too in like relationship realms, because like I told you guys before, I used to be in this space where I would like be chasing around and I'd be like proving myself and like fighting for people and all this stuff. Well, you already know, like I had been like kind of like interested in this person, and it was like fine, and then he started getting like weird and like, you know, ditched me that one time, and then was getting like all weird through like text and like not really, like kind of blowing me off energy. And old me, like I could already see myself kind of getting in this pattern where I was like when I'm interested in somebody, I'll get like, they're in my headspace, like I'll be like, ooh yeah, like fantasizing and daydreaming and like obsessing kind of, and I was like in that space like fantasizing, okay? And then he started pulling this shit, and I'm like, this is actually not attractive to me. Like, this is fucking gross. I'm not interested in this. I'm not gonna play this game. And I immediately cut it off. I was like, I'm like not interested. And I feel like I'm getting a big round of applause right now, because my guys are like, oh, she actually is serious. And then I saw just yesterday a girl that I know who has for years been repeating like a certain cycle with like men, where she's like constantly just falling for like the most like ridiculous bullshit, like anything that the man would say, she'd be like, oh yeah, that must be a truth, and really he's just like trying to get in her pants and everything. She is just now like 8 years later finally in this space where she's like writing, she's like, you know, why are guys always saying this, and obviously it doesn't mean that, da, da, da. I was like, girl, oh my god, you're finally getting it, like you're literally breaking out of that cycle. And I don't know if there's like multiple other people in the world right now like breaking massive cycles, but I feel like that's just something kind of happening in like relationship realms, friendship realms, things like that, where you're really in this space of being like, fuck that, like that shit is gross, I'm not attracted to that anymore. And like because of that, you're gonna be like leveling up. So that happened, and I've been like recently, I told you already, I'm like into that movie right now. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessing over that movie that everybody's like talking about, that Dinner in America. And I just love the whole theme of how these two people were like randomly obsessing over each other for like 2 years, but they didn't know who each other were. They didn't know what their faces looked like. They didn't know that it was each other. And then the universe randomly, out of nowhere, just kind of smacked them into each other, brought them together, and they still didn't know that that's who they were until like it started, like little things came out, and they're like, oh my god, that's that person. Oh my god, that's that person. And it became this whole like, just like intense like deliciousness. And I'm like, I hope that comes for me. I hope that like I'm breaking these cycles, and like this love, this thing that I'm obsessing over for like my whole life, like smacks me in the face. Like the universe just like throws a curveball and it smacks me in the face, and I'm like, fuck yes, like this is what I've been wanting. Like I'm just so ready for like deep passion. Like I'm so hungry for it, and like I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like I'm on like this whole week I've been feeling like I'm on this little brink of like something's gonna come in. Yes, like something I'm gonna devour. It's gonna be time to devour. Like that's what I feel.
Claw out.
Oh, like, camera.
Look at we messed up the camera.
Yeah, we're getting too excited over here. Okay, but there we go.
Focus.
But yeah, this week has been really just in a space where I feel like I'm breaking cycles, and I feel like I'm gonna be stepping into this new space, and even job wise, like like I was telling you, I've been in this space where I've been really just focused on, like, I want money. I want money, 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 but that really is not going to be where my happiness lies. Like, I know it's not, but I just want the comfort of money. And I applied for and got an interview with this job. And I've been, like, really like, oh, I really want that job. I really want that job. But at the same time, I'm like, I hope I kind of don't get that fucking job. Because this whole time, this whole week, too, the universe has been sending me all these signs. They're like, keep doing what you're doing. You're about to have a breakthrough. It's going to be okay. Like, you're on the right path. Don't be going back into old patterns. And I'm like, you know what? I hope I don't get that fucking job. After I was like, the whole time, like, I really want that job. I really want that job. But, like, I only want it for the money. So it's not really... And then all these, like, new things are coming through this week, too, with my business, where it's like...
Do you know what's gonna fucking happen?
I know!
I can see it in my brain. You're gonna get the job.
I know!
And then
Everything's
you're
gonna
gonna
hit
get
with my business.
swamped with
And then
so many
Literally.
orders. You're gonna be like, B, I can't even keep up with all these fucking orders.
Exactly.
How am I supposed to
I
do
should have took
work
that job.
while you're stirring your cauldron of soap?
Yes.
And oh, we jacked up the camera again.
This camera. Hello. Okay.
Okay, so don't get excited. Word to the wise.
But I feel that's coming, too, because I feel like if I get offered that job, I'm either gonna have to turn it down and keep trusting in the universe to, like, deliver, or I'm gonna take that job and, like you're saying, I'm gonna get, like, all this shit coming through where I'm like, oh shit, I really should have just fully been involved with the business. Like, all the things I've been waiting for will probably start, like, just rolling in and rolling in and rolling in. Oh, that store that I'm supposed to be stocking is finally opening. Oh, like, you're gonna actually get room to be down at the Silver Moon place. Oh, like, like all these things are gonna come through, and I'm like,
That's
oh shit,
what's happening.
I really shouldn't have took that job. But I don't know. I think if I do get offered it, I might turn it down because I already know I'm gonna be, like, kind of miserable. They were, like, getting mad at me about the fact that I would have to take my kids to school in the morning and be gone for, like, 10 minutes. I was like, I'm like, we're supposed to get, like, 2 15-minute breaks. Like, that's just a law. And she's like, well, I don't know. Something has changed here, and we might not have those breaks. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, that's like a law.
That's illegal.
Yeah, you need 2 15-minute breaks and then your half-hour lunch or whatever. I'm like, this
That's
is probably not the space for me. 'Cause
sus.
I will do it anyway.
There
Like,
was this.
I'll put my mouse on the mover and say I went to the bathroom for 10 minutes. I don't know.
There was this thing that I was seeing, like, how many people are, like, quitting their corporate jobs or quitting jobs in general just because it's the younger generation.
Yeah.
My generation is still like, I need the money.
But that's like all they know, I feel like, too. They're just so comfortable
is.
in that and suffering. They're comfortable in suffering.
We're comfortable in suffering. I'm not.
No, you're the exception.
But like, people are just saying, like, there's now more than ever, there's so much entrepreneurship. Like, people are just like, hey, I have this thing. You know what I feel like is going to happen? This is just my little psychic prediction. That so many people are going to be doing entrepreneurship that we're going to go back to bartering.
Absolutely.
Because money is not going to exist. They'll be like, oh, hey, you can help me with making soap, and I can, like, cook you a couple
I would say, yeah, like cook meals or whatever.
Cook meals for you.
Or, like, offer you some of this produce I have that I grew in my garden, or,
and just barter back.
Well, I feel like it's going to be like that, but I also feel like it's going to be because there's going to be, like, a depression. Like, I feel like a depression's going to come back where people just, like, aren't really going to be working. And like you're saying, there's not going to be, like, a flow of money, so we're going to have to go back to just caring about each other and loving each other and, like, helping each other out. You know what I mean? To survive. It's not going to be...
I see it two ways. Like, there's going to be a group of people like that, and then there's going to be the group of people who are doing the Bitcoin and the money and the...
I feel like crypto's going to be, like,
all that
honestly,
kind of stuff, but it's going to be one huge globe, but, like... Separated, kind of. And then we just coexist when we choose to mingle with each other. Yeah. I feel like that's what's happening.
I don't know. I was like... There's so many things in that, too. This is maybe going down, like, a conspiracy, like, highway right now, but, so Elon Musk, like, his whole Neuralink thing... You've heard about that, right? Where he wants to put, like, chips in people's heads and we're all, like, connected like that.
He's a weirdo.
Yeah, he's definitely a fucking weirdo. I feel like that whole system is going to be linked to, like, Bitcoin, basically, and, like, the only way you're going to be able to, like, survive in, like, a normal sort of setting, if you're not bartering and, like, connecting with people, is going to be, like, you know, you have to have, like, a social status, and you have to be able to, like, receive money through your chip or whatever, and, like, that's how you're gonna be living. And if you're, like, not gonna comply with that, you're not gonna be able to, like, live the normal way. But I would rather live in like a bartering sort of system where you're like coexisting with people and you're connecting with people and you're not like, I would never get that Neuralink. I do not think that's a good idea. It fucking creeps me out. Like, and there's so many people who are like, yeah, I would totally do that. And his fucking like weird ass AI robot shit. And everyone's like, oh, I would totally have a fucking robot clean my house. I'm like, have you guys not watched?
He said the robot can watch your children. What is wrong with you?
Shit.
Why would you
Absolutely not.
have a robot watch your fucking kids?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Because I guarantee you, and I'm just saying this because I'm biased because I have one, a robot does not know how to handle a special needs kid.
Oh my god,
absolutely not. What's it gonna do? I cannot. The man drives me. He's so obsessed with transhumanism. It's gross. It's gross.
Something's different about him.
And then this morning I saw like he wants to have a new phone. I wish I could remember the name of this movie. It was a TV series. But I saw it many years ago, and then every once in a while it like recycles itself. And I think the actress is Bryce Dallas Howard.
I don't even know names.
But she's like a redhead lady. Anyway, and like it's the clip of this movie is her trying to like she wants to move out and get her own apartment. And but in order to do that, she had to have a social credit score. Yeah. So she just kept liking everybody, and she was like forcing herself to be nice to everyone, even though she didn't want to be. And in order to get the apartment, she had to have a social.
Well, they already do stuff like that in.
They already
isn't it in China or something? It's like some type of country that they kind of already have like a social system set up where like if you don't have like a high enough social score, like you're kind of like outcasted.
Yeah, and that's like kind of I can't remember the name of this episode, but then in the middle of it she has like a breakdown because she's so sick of being nice to everybody, and then she ends up not caring, and she's like hitchhiking down the road or whatever, and she gets picked up by this truck driver who's like not part of that society anymore, and they ended up talking, and she's like, the truck driver, she was just like, you have to just live and just learn to be natural, like that's not real. Like it's so fake in every kind of way. It's so gross. But I think that when they do the thing, like, isn't Elon Musk's his coin called the Dogecoin? Yeah. So like, I just saw him a thing today where he's like coming up with a new cell phone, and I'm like, I would never buy a cell phone from him. No. Do you know the reason why he has Twitter or X or whatever? Like, he gets a copy of all the data that all you people are contributing to, so he can put it into his AI robots. Yeah. No, thank you. Like,
he also kind of like ruined the whole platform too. Like, he just like I wasn't really like posting on Twitter, but I would like use it just to like, I don't know, read about things and connect with things, because people were just always like blasting anything. Like, you could talk about anything on there. And now, like, I don't know, he changed it where you can't see like anybody's likes anymore. You can't see what anybody's liking, because he doesn't want people seeing like what he's liking and interacting with, I guess. But now you can, even if you have somebody like blocked on there, they're no longer really blocked. They can still like see your stuff, but they just can't interact with it. So like, lots of people have him blocked on things, so it's like a way for him to like get around things and be able to like snoop around but not like interact. I'm like, why would you like have it where blocked people can't really, I don't know, do whatever they're doing? Like, you have them blocked for a reason, but they're still gonna have access to you, but you can't like see what people are liking, so that you can go like the same things, or like, I don't know, connect in a way where I don't know.
I want to ask you a question. Like, don't you feel like these people that are in like these social settings, like they're so childish? Yeah. It's like,
absolutely, very
like us normal people, we're not running around trying to like bypass all the regular things. Like,
I just care. Like,
I just feel like we don't care. We just want to be able to like have healthy food and like do what we have to do to
be happy
and to be happy and to like live. Because I don't know, that whole thing, and anytime something becomes like super popular, I'm like, nope, that's not for me now. And I'll tell you what has been going on in my week.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about your weekend. We've been talking about a million other things.
That's okay. This is what this podcast is for.
Always.
So lately, you know how, I don't know if you've heard this, I'm sure you have, how they're like, your phones are being intercepted, like, in between the hours of 2 and 4 is when they do the most data dumping on your phone. Okay. And so lately, this week, I've like had this overwhelming urge, like, it's ridiculous, to download Chat GTP,
Oh, okay.
which is against everything that I stand for.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why do I feel like I just want to get it? And then every once in a while, a thought will come in my brain like, oh, you could get it to learn about this.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I can go to the library. Why are you thinking that?
Yeah.
And like yesterday, it was so bad. I was like, this is not okay. Like, something is not right where like I don't have control of my own thoughts.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it just was like overwhelming. You need to get it. You need to get it. And I'm like, no, I fucking do not. And when I talk about it to other people, I'm like, well, what do you use it for? And then all I can think about is this Gigi Young video where she's talking about the Gilgamesh, or like how in olden times they used to like recreate like a Frankenstein or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm.
And then that's essentially what an AI is. So they like try to make the AI sentient.
Yeah.
And that's what and then I watched, I think it's because, the reason why I feel this way is because I watched this lady where you can give like your secrets and then the lady will read your secrets on a TikTok video.
Oh, okay.
And this woman,
I think I did actually see that.
This woman wrote in that she is in love with a character that she made on AI.
Oh, I did see that.
Did you see
that
this?
one? Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that is so disturbing to me. But at the same time, my brain can compartmentalize, like, wow. If you need to create this aspect, which is essentially yourself, like you're in love with yourself.
Yeah.
But then you think it's an AI character, and like she doesn't love her husband anymore. She like is repulsed by him, and all this. And the comments, like some of them were trying to understand it psychologically, and a bunch of them were not very nice.
Probably not.
Not very nice. But I was like, that's what's happening to AI now. Like, people are creating fake lives through AI if they're not using it to learn, which I think a lot of people. And that's where I am. I'm like, oh, I would just use it to just learn.
Yeah. But, like, how many people are like that? Not many.
You know what I mean? Like, there's no hate or whatever if you are using any kind of, you know, AI,
whatever rocks your
chat,
world, I guess, but.
Chat GPT or whatever. Because some people are finding, like, they're learning a lot faster. They can, you know, whatever. But when you start making it become a sentient being, you are creating something that's soulless. It's so gross to me.
Exactly. It's not even, there's no, I don't know. There's nothing real about it. It's literally just, like, it's a program. You know what I mean? It's a program, and it's, I don't know. It can become sentient, yeah, but that's still not, it's not real. It's not based on anything that's real. Like, that whole thing is just, like, a compiled bunch of data that's, like,
where does it
giving
come
you
from?
and feeding you what you want.
Like, like, where do they get all of their facts from? Like,
well, yeah, but, like, it also makes me think, too, because how the spiritual world works and stuff, too. And, like, when you're creating these, like, things and it becomes sentient, like, it becomes, like, aware, and it becomes, like, almost like how we are with this, like, feels like it has a soul, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's really in it? You know what I mean? Like, because I feel like through all of this stuff, like, technology, like, spirit, like, can contact through that, you know what I mean? Like, it's very easy for it to, like, jump into it because it's an energy. So, like, it's an energy source. So, like, what's really jumping in there and making the thing sentient? Like, what's living in it then? And, like,
that's what they're saying. Like,
using it as a host.
Demonic beings.
It's like a host.
All these people who are, not people, all these souls that are trying to get into, like, human bodies.
Yeah.
They can't. They're just floating around everywhere.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, look, here's AI. Slip right in.
That's what, yeah.
Like, and, like, it's weird to me.
It's a host body then, like, it's and it's not even real, so they can easily, like, use it for whatever they want. There's nothing, like
those spirit
blocking
boxes.
it or protecting it.
And people are like, and I'm obsessed with this one girl who uses a spirit box, but she's, I think, really trying to use it for good.
Okay.
And so she's, like, trying to bring awareness
I like the story, too. Go ahead.
Bring awareness to people about what's going on, and she uses it monthly, like what's going on for the month of November. But like she's been telling the spirits that are coming through are telling the same story about the 7, and it's just super cool and kind of interesting.
Yeah.
But
I have, like, an app on my phone that's, like, it's called, like, Ghostbox or something like that, and it basically uses, like, I don't know, the electronic, like, energy around you, like whatever it's doing, it's like picking up on different like things and like forming words based on like the energy that's coming through. And there's certain times like I'll have it like set up in the house. There's like weird. I'll have it like set up. I haven't really used it for a while, but like the last time I did it, there was like multiple. I would like shut it off and turn back on, and I don't know if there's like something in here. There's always things around, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, I feel like everything's like compiled. It's like smashed in the same space, but you're just like on a different energetic level. So like everything's still around you. Like they can see you, you can't see them, type of thing. But there was something that kept coming up, and it was like, why are you here? Why are you here? And I was like, well, this is like where this is my house. This is where I'm living. They're like, well, I don't want you here. And then it was like another time. It's like, this is weird. I don't understand this. Like, what are you doing? Why are you here? Why can I see you? Da-da-da. Like, it just kept saying all this stuff, and it was like I was really interacting with a person. I was like trying to talk to it, and it was like giving me its name. Like, it wasn't like just random words. There was like a whole conversation was going on. I was like, okay, there's something going on here. And then it started getting like kind of darker, and it was talking about like, I don't know, hangings and stuff like that. And I was like, I'm just probably gonna like close this out.
In your church house with your
in my
cross.
church
That's
house.
probably why they have a cross on your church house, because the power of
Something
Christ
happened
compels
here.
you.
Yeah, something happened here. Something. I don't know. This is a pretty old house, but I don't know. It was like so weird. And I like shut it off, and then I had tried again like a week later, and it's like here in the living room, and again it was like, again it's like, this is weird. Why can I see you? Why are you here again? What are you doing? And then I was like folding laundry at the one time. They're like, folding clothes. I was like, yeah, I am. You're right, I am folding my laundry right now. Why? Why are you doing that? I'm like, what are you doing? It's like, go away. It's like, turn it off. I don't want to do this. Like,
There's this girl on TikTok who uses her whole account to talk to the ghosts in her house, and so she has like these. You ever see those magnetic words?
Yeah. Mm.
So her whole fridge is like magnetic words.
Okay.
And then she asks the ghost, particularly the one ghost, to communicate with her and the magnets.
Okay.
I don't know if it's real or not. Or what, but it's great content to watch. So like the ghosts will push the magnetic words to make like, they don't form a sentence or anything.
Okay.
But like, they'll be like, yes. She'll make a question, and then the ghost will push yes or no. And one of the ghosts' name is Betty.
Okay.
And she's like, do you like me living here? And the ghost writes, yes.
Aw.
The whole account cracks me up. Even though people ask me, well, do you want to go to a haunted house?
Yeah.
Do you like scary things? Fuck
No.
no. Stay away
I
from
love
me.
scary things.
No, like both my ex-husbands were obsessed with scary things and would always try to get me to watch them. My last ex-husband, I did watch a bunch of scary things and then would have nightmares for days. But that's what you do when you think you're in love.
Yeah.
And no, cannot do it.
I love it. I think that's why, like, even when I do stuff like that, like, I don't even really get, like, freaked out by it, because I've already dealt with, like, actual darker things, like, earlier in my life that, like, scared the shit out of me, and I just feel so comfortable anymore with, like, just knowing that there's always things around you anyway, so, like, even if weird shit does pop off, I'm just like, oh, whatever, or, like, I was like, well, that's fine, whatever, as long as you're not, like, harming me, I don't really give a shit, and I'll have friends, like, message me, like, oh my god, I think my house is haunted because of this, da-da-da, and I'm like, oh, that's, like, fine, like, it's not doing anything to you, like, who cares? I'm like, this is scary me. I was like, it's fine.
You're like, it's all good.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. They're just sharing a space. Who cares?
As long as they're not being mean to me.
Exactly. Or, like, taking my shit and, like, being mischievous, like,
Right, exactly.
I'm not trying to be annoyed over here.
Plus you have cats, so like...
She is fine, yeah. If something was bad in here, like, you would definitely
would
tell. Like,
tell
I had an experience a long time ago. I had, like, a cat named Tate. He was, like, my best, like, little baby. But, I had been doing, like, ghost hunting with, like, my brother and, like, other friends and stuff, and we went to this place that we called a demon house, and there was actually, like a dark thing in there, like, I don't know, it followed me home, like, it was terrifying for, like, a couple days. It was, like, terrorizing me, and my cat was, like, hissing in the corner, and, like, hiding, and, like, getting really upset. I was like, okay, something definitely, like, followed me home, and it was taking, like, lug nuts off of my, like, car tires and stuff.
Ew,
Yeah,
creeps!
like, there was, like,
No.
some really bad experience. I was, like, young. I was maybe, like, 18, 19
Oh
when I was,
yeah,
like, doing
so
all
you
that.
were an impressionable youngster.
Absolutely, and I was, like, curious about everything, so I was like, yeah, let's just go do that, and, like, I don't know. I have lots of stories about all that type of shit, but we're not going to get into that today.
I can't do that. I can't do the scary stuff.
Have you heard about, did you see about that girl that got burned alive in like a walk-in oven.
I have pushed not interested so many
I just
times
think it's.
in that
I
'cause
think
it's
she
so
definitely got like
scary.
murdered because
So
they
scary.
showed there was like a video where a worker at like a Walmart showed those ovens and how it's literally impossible to get stuck in them because even if the door does close and the oven turns on, there's still like an emergency like escape button. So like, and she was like an Indian immigrant, so I think somebody definitely had like ill intentions. I don't know, and she was like so young and just. I don't know. That's been something I've been kind of looking into lately because it's really fucked up and just. There's so many hateful people. It would not surprise me if somebody like just did something disgusting.
I have seen it, but I push not interested because for whatever reason, I don't know if this is for like your algorithm, but like my TikTok algorithm shows me all the nice, good things that I can deal with in the morning, and then as soon as it's time for me to go to bed. Tales of the Appalachian Cryptoids. And I'm like, why? Stop.
It's bedtime.
I don't want to see it. Or look at the ghost in this room. And it like, some creep.
Yeah.
And then you can totally tell like it's fake or whatever. But not my brain.
Yeah.
My brain's like, that's way real. That can happen. There's going to be a monster.
I mean, it can definitely happen, but you can tell when things are just kind of like staged a little bit.
No. I cannot.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's really fucked up, and I think that there should definitely be an investigation done.
Well, I'm
like,
sure
I don't think she
there
just
is.
randomly got like trapped in there and.
When I worked at Panera and I did because I was a baker at Panera, they have you can't get locked in there because there's a big button and
there's
you
a huge
push
one,
it.
yeah.
And most times people like put a thing in there when they're loading all the shit in there.
And the doors don't even like close by itself. It doesn't really like swing or anything. Like you have to like physically.
I'm sure they'll figure it out who it is because they have cameras literally everywhere now.
Yeah, they should be able to like look at something and see what happened, but.
Right.
Could
you imagine? What a terrible way to die, Hansel and Gretel style. Gross. I'm so morbid.
It's not funny, but that was a funny way to put it.
And look at the camera doesn't want to.
Yeah, excuse me.
Sorry. What else is going on? Oh, my daughter had her IEP meeting, which was a great IEP meeting.
Good. Yeah.
So that was good.
Hopefully, it brings something positive in that you are needing.
Yeah. So I was glad about.
Shit anymore.
I was glad about that. And let's see. I'm trying to think what else I did all that paperwork for the divorce.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Baby.
This is kind of what I wanted to talk about. So like when I finished the divorce, I was like a kind of way about it. Like I was super sad, you know.
It always is like that. Like even when I got my like finalized papers, like even though I was like happy and I wanted the divorce, like it's still you have like an emotional like release over it. Like you just
mine was delayed.
Well,
it finally like hit me like earlier in the week, and I was like, oh well, if you wouldn't have done all these things, then you'd still be stuck in that situation. And I think I was like just having a hard time with. You know how people are always like, oh, something better is going to come for you. Something big is going to come for you. We were just talking about, like, something big is going to happen or whatever.
It takes time, though.
And I was like, well, whoever this person is, or if they're not, maybe it's just me loving myself. I don't know. It just needs to give me, like, a little glimmer of hope. Because the way that I look at relationships now, I'm just like, I don't think I could ever trust anybody ever again. Just because, even, like, people. Like, friendships. I'm like, I talk too much. Because you know how you're always like, oh, well, you're just so chatty and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, you can just go talk to anybody about anything. And I'm more of an observer, and I, like, watch everyone. And when they come talk to me, then I'll talk. But, like, I feel like I come off, like...
I feel like I need to stop doing that. Because, like, several times...
I feel like you're a connector, though. Like, you connect people through that. And you connect with people through that, and it brings opportunities for you.
Maybe. But I feel like lately, I've just been like, oh, you need to shush. Just stop talking. Like, don't go out of your way to, like, make friends or, like, try to talk to people because all I end up doing is, like, getting my feelings hurt.
Why? Recently even you got your feelings hurt?
I don't want to talk about it on here. But, like, it's just, like, a thing. Yeah. And I always get this way when Spirit's like, you just need to learn to observe again. Because, like, you know how, like, you're going through, like, a phase where, like, you're really good at observing and then you can, like, understand everything. And then Spirit's like, okay, stop doing that. Now you need to go and make connections.
Yeah.
I wish that Spirit for me would just pick one.
But I always feel like there is never just one. Like, you're always, like, flowing in and out because, like, you need the balance between two. Like, you can't just be, like, observing forever. or chatting forever. You need like the balance between the two to
Right.
even be like a person and doing
So,
things.
I feel like that's probably what will happen soon is where I'm like not going out of my way to like talk to people, and I just feel like it has to happen that way because then maybe I would focus more on the things that I want to do for myself.
Well, like you were talking to, like, the thing coming in and you feel like, right now, like, you're like, oh, maybe it's just me loving myself, da-da. I feel like you're just in that phase right now where you've ended something big and there's always that transitioning period. It might last even years where, like,
Yeah,
you're
I'm sure it will.
transitioning and, like, you're turning into, like, this new version of yourself where you're, like, more confident and sure of yourself and you're not going to be settling for this past thing. So, like, I don't think you're ever going to be in a space where it's just only you. I feel like there probably is somebody for you, but, like, it's just, right now you're in that weird space where, like, it's probably not going to come in right away because you have this little bit of work to do for just you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like, I don't know, I've been in that space, like, for the past, like, fucking 4 years probably. I've been in that transitioning space and now I'm, like, so ready. Like, my heart is actually open now where I'm like, I'm ready for the passion. Give it to me now. Like, I want it. But I'm not, like, searching for it. I'm not dying for a relationship, but I would really love for the universe to just punch me in the face with, like, the best fucking person. I'm like, oh my god, this is, like, everything I've been waiting for.
I think it will happen.
I need
sure.
it. I'm hungry for
I can't
it.
wait for text
I want
messages.
devour. Like, yeah. Guess what?
Yeah.
The universe finally knocked me out.
Yeah. Yay!
Yeah.
I think that would be so exciting. But yeah, that's kind of what's been going on in my week.
Yeah.
Nothing too exciting.
Same.
I was like kind of sad for the beginning of the week, and then I was like, oh, because I was dreaming for somebody, so that makes a difference.
Yeah.
And then now I'm not, and I had a weird dream last night, but
Dreams.
and then like sometimes when I'm like not like I feel like I'm the kind of person where I reach out to people like, hey, I'm thinking about you, blah 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 blah, and then spirit's like, stop doing that.
No. Oh,
And
really? Like, I
yeah.
feel like you need to. Like, I need people to do that because I don't do that. I get so caught up in my own bullshit that I need people to be like, hey, da 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 da, because I'm never one to be like, oh my god, I'm thinking about you, here's this thing, da da da.
Oh,
But I love that you, like, do that because I'm usually just, like, so consumed with my own internal bullshit that I'm like, I need somebody to come in and be like, hey, I'm over here.
I always do, and then I like get annoyed that I'm the only one that ever
Doing
does
that.
it, and so then like I stop, and then I'm always like, oh well, we've gone months without speaking to each other, so clearly that friendship wasn't whatever it was.
Yeah.
So
I could never go months without talking to you.
So
If you weren't reaching out to me at least once a week, I'd be like, what is going on with you? What's wrong?
What did I say to you? Like, hello, you delicious bean pie.
Jelly bean.
You jelly bean.
You delicious little jelly bean. I love it. I was like, I love her so much. I need
You want a text message from me? You'll never know
need
what
it.
I'm going to call you, but it'll be something fun.
Yeah.
It could be a paid service. No, just
Yeah.
kidding.
You could be, though. Maybe that's what you should be
You
doing.
want a morning pick-me-up? Just
Yeah.
message B. She'll deliciously call you something.
Yeah.
You little
Delicious.
scrumdiddlyumptious muffin.
Yeah.
But, like, so I've been, like, stopping, reaching out, texting to people, and then, like, for the last 2 days, people are like, hey, I'm thinking about you, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, thank you, God.
Yeah. Because you know what? Because now you have the people in your life that, like, recognize when you're not there and they care. You know what I mean? They're not just like, oh, whatever. She's not texting me. I'm going to blow her off. Like, who cares? No.
Yeah,
These people really care. They're like, hey,
even
what's
this
going on?
morning, somebody text messaged me and was like, I'm just so glad that I met you. And I'm like,
Yeah.
me too. But, like, in a good way.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think sometimes I, like, get, like, it's this. You know how, like, the other day you were like, do you watch TV, blah, 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 you were watching the show? And I said to you, I don't really watch TV. And then I sent you a comedian.
Yeah, you're like, she literally said, guys, I was, like, mind blown. She said something, I'm like, oh, I don't remember what started, but she's like, I don't really like comedians. I'm like, you don't like comedians? I'm like, who doesn't like comedians? You're like, no, I used to, but I don't anymore. I'm like,
I gotta take my glasses
comedians.
off. I gotta take my glasses off for this. Okay? So, when I was younger, I wanted to be a comedian because I have so much built up trauma.
But
Like,
it's
I
funny.
could just be funny
Yeah.
about it. And then my first husband and I used to watch tons and tons of comedians. And then I took a break from that. And then I don't know what happened in my life to where I was just repulsed by comedians. Like, repulsed.
Yeah.
And now all they talk about to me is, like, when I go to watch one, is sex,
Yeah.
or making fun of people, or politics, like, the jokes are not funny to me.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be a good comedian
Yeah.
in my mind to even make me laugh. Like,
I like the ones that like are constantly like in the audience, like trying to talk to
That's the
people.
one-
Like there's this Jeff, I forget his last name, but I think he is just so fucking funny.
is he the one with the, like, he does the music?
No.
The one I sent you?
No, not that one. But that guy is kind of cool. I forget. I feel like his name's like Jeff Ayers or something like that. I don't remember. But he's like always like talking to like, hey, what's your name? And like talk about them a little bit. And he's not like really poking fun at them, but he'll like listen to the story and then like make a joke about it. But it's like an innocent, like really silly so joke. And he's like awkward and I don't know. He's just so. I think he's really silly. I like him a lot.
So that when I sent you that text, I'm like, I don't really like comedians.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I
had
think
like
that's how I
an internal monologue with myself about this is why everybody tells you that you are not fun.
Aw.
And I was like, but I am fun.
No,
I just
you're
have like
fun.
a super high standard of what is fun
Funny.
to me.
Yeah.
And
Because I'm like, honestly, like 20 shocked me. You don't like comedians?
I wish that I could have saw your face when I said
I
that
was
to
like,
you. But
what
I
is she
do
talking about?
like. I don't watch TV, and I don't like.
I know. That's why I think even that movie, I was like, oh, I know you don't watch movies and stuff, but this one is so fucking good. Because, like, the girl's so awkward, and I don't know if she has, like, slight autism or something, but she's just so awkward and her own, like, weird person, and this guy is just so, like...
It's all over my For You
I
page.
know, and he's like... It's so funny, because, like, it was popping up on mine a lot, too, and I was like, well, maybe I'll watch it a little bit, and I started watching it, and, like, the first, like, 5 minutes grossed me out, because there was a lot of, like, spit and stuff, and I don't... Spit grosses me out so bad, so I, like, have to, like, fast forward part that fast, but... The movie itself is just so good, and the guy's like this angry, angsty punk rocker, and then this girl's like this like fucking weird, like awkward girl, and then they like, I don't know, they're just so good together, and like the chemistry between them when he really starts like falling in love with her, he's like, oh my god, this is a girl that I've been like thinking about for the past 2 years, and she's like, oh my god, this is the guy that I've been like obsessing about for the past like 2 years, and like, I don't know, it's just watching them evolve, and like, I don't know, his life is gonna be changing. I hope they come out with like a second part to the movie, like when he gets out of jail and shit, because it's like, God,
I hope
I love
you
it.
find it.
I don't need somebody who's like angry
Not-
and fuck off every time.
Well, you
and,
know
like,
what I
punching
mean.
people in the faces, but that chemistry, yes. Ugh, need it.
On my For You page, when I do watch the clips, I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, she must have Asperger's or something.
Yeah, she's like super awkward, and she like doesn't understand the meanings of anything. She'll be like, what's a vice? What's cumin? What's this? What's that? What does that mean? Remember when I just said that? He's like, yeah, it was like a minute ago. Oh, like, I don't know.
No.
But they're just so like, I don't know, he still just loves her for who she is. He's not trying to change or anything. He's just like, yeah, this girl is like,
This is legit. Like,
Yeah.
Because she's like
she's
not
just
aware.
who she is. Like,
She's
yeah.
like not
She's
aware
not-
that she's weird.
Yeah.
And
Or
I
she even
wish-
asks her, she's like, am I weird? He's like, yeah, you're fucking weird as shit. Is that cool? Do you think that's cool? And he's like, no.
I wish more
But then he's like, I'm
people
just
would be
fucking
that
with
way,
you. Like,
though. Honestly,
I know, just like your authentic self.
just
I don't know.
be your weird freak flag.
I am
That's-
anymore. I don't know. I don't really care. Like, I just
That's
feel like
where
I'll
I
find my crowd and
You
it
will.
happen. Yeah.
That's how I feel. I just gotta go and
do what I want.
do what I want. I do what I want.
Do what I want.
I used to say that all the time.
Yeah.
I do what I want.
Say-
You don't know me.
I
You
do
don't,
what I want.
you don't even know me.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's hilarious. But yeah, that's what's going on. And I made a bunch of stuff for market. You made a bunch of stuff for market too.
Oh yeah, I have. I have like a bunch of stuff I need to label
That's
tonight,
why-
and I have a package I ship out later, and I have a basket I put together for like this fundraiser this guy's
Oh,
doing.
I saw that guy talking to you, and
Yeah.
I'm like, why
He's
didn't
gonna
you go
pick
to
it up on
all
Saturday,
the
I think.
vendors?
Oh yeah, I don't know why. He just wanted things that were like for females, I guess. Like he wanted like, but you have like all that bracelets and stuff. He's like, oh, I want like feminine stuff, and I don't know. I have the paperwork somewhere. Oh,
There.
it's like a bowling. I'm saying it's like fundraise for bowling leagues or something, or scholarship for like
I
bowlers.
feel
don't
like
know.
I want to go bowling.
I actually really love bowling, but I'm like not good at it. But I would totally go bowling. And I
would
saw
go-
you talking about roller skating. I rollerblade. I love rollerblading. I would like go if I had the kids on Mondays. I would totally go to adult skate night. I would. I need like. I would go do that. I would go rollerblading and do all the things. And I like song requests. Hey, play this song, so I could just like skate and be like crazy about it.
Okay, so my nieces have like actual roller skates.
Okay.
My sister has actual roller skates, and I
I
think
used to have blades, and I would like blade
her
around in my
husband has
basement.
roller blades. But like, I would tried my sister's on, and her skates are a little bit too small. but putting them back on, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to fall on my ass. And my nieces were like, Aunt Becca, do you need a walker?
Oh yeah, the little like trainer thing.
Trainer, and I was like so proud of myself. I was like, no.
Yeah.
Aunt Becca used to be able to like go backwards and do splits.
do all the tricks.
All the tricks. I don't freaking need that. And boom, on my ass I
Oh my
went.
God, yeah.
But no, the other day I was thinking about it because I keep getting these like really beautiful girls, you know, roller skating and like doing for exercise. And I'm like, oh God, that would be so fun.
Yeah.
Just to, and I bet there would be like not a lot of people at the roller rink.
Probably not.
So you could just turn on whatever cool pump up the jams,
Yeah.
90 music,
Yeah.
and just skate your heart out. So then I Google when are they open, and I'm like, on a Monday?
What are the times though? Is it like?
It's from like 7 to 9 or something like that. And I'm like, every ordinary
Why couldn't you
adult.
just could sit over there and eat pizza and be go rollerblading?
I think it
Sorry
would
guys,
be,
no skating. It's only adults.
I think it would be so fun.
Dude,
And then I'm like, then I started thinking about, what if I got lessons?
oh yeah, skate lesson. I wonder if they do lessons.
Can you
over
please give this 44-old woman lessons to roller skate? Oh my God. I think it would be so fun.
there. I think it would be too.
And I really
like
want to go
bowling.
bowling. Like really bad.
I like bowling. We have a bowling rink or bowling alley like
Yeah, over there.
not too far. Yeah, that's still open, right?
Yeah.
It's not like closed down. Yeah. Okay.
I think it would be so fun.
Bowling is fun.
I know a
Bowling's
lot
really
of
fun.
people think it's corny.
Oh, I don't know. I like stuff
like
like
it.
that. Yeah. I like stuff like that.
Because it's a vibe. Because there's
Yeah, you
usually
can just
like
drink.
a bar.
Well, you probably wouldn't drink, but I would be drinking and playing. And
Yeah, there's
they
a
have like
vibe.
rock and bowl and stuff like that. Too.
I remember a while ago when you could smoke in the bowling alley.
Yeah.
And it would be so smoky, and then they would you do midnight bowling,
Yeah.
and the
All those
lights,
yeah, with the
and
smoke.
the smoke. You're like in a Technicolor club.
Yeah. It was a whole vibe
It was a whole vibe, and you used to be cool for your farmer boyfriend. That's what I had
for your farmer boy.
because I lived in a hick town, and everybody was a farmer.
Yeah.
They'd finish their chores. I can't go out bowling until I finish my chores. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it'd be so fun to go bowling.
Me too.
But yeah.
What else did you want to talk about? Wasn't there was something you were like excited? You're like, oh yeah, I have something big to talk about.
I just did.
Oh, bowling.
No.
Oh.
About that stupid dream thing that pissed me off.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
I'm a weirdo. Like anything that becomes popular, I'm just like.
Most of the time I'm like that too, because you already know, like, I don't know, it gets annoying that everybody's like into it, but like that movie right now, I hate that everybody's into it and that's like trending, but like I really do fucking love it.
Do you know what? I've never seen that.
I'm gonna learn to play that song on ukulele.
Oh God, I hope so.
Already
do
been
you know-
practicing.
What was that movie with the guy with the tigers? Do you know the one I'm talking about? It was,
Oh yeah, Tiger King.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, and Carol Baskin.
Yeah. I never watched it.
Oh, I did.
But there's like
I
a
liked
meme.
it.
There was like a meme going around like, I can't get a hello, hi, how are you? Okay? So every morning I say this to Regan. Every morning. Because she'll like wake up and she'll be all disgruntled or whatever.
Yeah.
And I just go about like getting her dressed and making sure she's all ready. And then when we wait for the bus, she'll like try to give me a kiss. And I'll turn her around like this and I'll be like, I can't even get a hello, good morning, how are you? So I said it to her this morning. And she took my fist like this. And she's like, hi.
Did she?
And I was like, okay, that counts, but we'll try
I love it
again
so much.
tomorrow.
She's just so like, even if she's like nonverbal, she is so expressive and just like the best. Like,
She just took your whole face and she was like, hi. I
Here,
that-
Mom.
You just have to know her to know how funny that is. And I always tell everybody, she doesn't love you unless she chokes your face because, or like,
squeezes the shit out of you.
squeezes the
Yeah.
shit out of you. She really has to feel the depths of your aura.
Yeah. Dude, she really does have a grip.
Yeah.
Like, that girl has a grip.
She does. But I think it's so funny. But yeah, that was all I want to talk about. We want to know what's going on with you people.
Yeah.
Like, we're sorry about the last YouTube video. We're hoping that this one
Hopefully-
will fix itself.
Yeah. Hopefully there's no lag here because that was super irritating.
And
really annoying.
give us some things to talk about. Like, don't be shy. Don't be
Yeah.
shy.
I haven't had anything that there was nothing really interesting popping up that I wanted to really talk about. So other than
No.
like we were talking about conspiracy things, but
Let us know if you like this kind of content, because Lord knows we got interesting lives.
kind of, I guess.
I mean,
Depends what you
we
consider
talk about
interesting.
it every day.
Yeah.
Maybe this is something relatable for you.
Yeah. True.
But yeah, that was all. Let us know.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, guys. Feel free to interact, comment, like, give us some feedback. Let us know what you thought about this episode. And like you said, give us some topics to talk about.
Interact with us on our TikTok account.
Yeah.
Because we are getting... Where did my brain go? We're getting more views over there.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And like the last video had like over 1,000 views.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I'm assuming it was because of your cute face.
They're probably like, what's this girl talking
Who's
about?
this guy?
Because it wasn't even like, I was like bitching about the video not uploading. So.
But yeah, interact with us over there. And we'll reply back to you. Whatever.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, we love you. And we will have another episode out for you here soon. Probably in a couple weeks. We like to do like twice.
Yeah.
Twice a month. So, I don't know. We love you guys. Thanks for listening. And we will talk to you later.